What's going on, everybody? Just doing a quick little video to just showcase some different tools and different things that I use while I build the trucks, because a lot of people have asked me what exactly I'm using and what I'm doing, different parts and drill bits and so on like that. So what I use is, I'll bring it in here. I have a drill here. The bit is a 9/64 bit, metal. And I use that bit to go onto trucks like this one here, drill out those rivet holes there, and then I can take this all apart there, and then you're left with open holes and stuff. That's step one, and that's how I take things off and put bodies on and everything like that. Some other things that are good tools to have, some tweezers for the really fine pointed stuff, X-Acto knife. I got super glue here. I use the Gorilla super glue. And then for taking decals and stuff off of trucks, I have this version here, which is about a 60% mix. And then this one's a 100% mix. Both of them are nail polish remover. This 100% one, you have to be very careful with it because it could soften up the paint and chip the paint away. I only use it for like green lights that have really thick decals on them, and that's about it for that stuff. I used to use no more nails, for filling in different areas of trucks to glue them together. But now what I'm doing is I'll bring one of my trucks in here. So I'm just finishing up this old purple guy. As you can see in the bottom there, those holes that I've drilled out and riveted, I've gone back in with. What's coming up next off of my shelf here is some JB Weld. So we got the resin and the hardener there. This stuff is amazing. You can get it at any hardware store, Walmart's, Lowe's, Home Depot's, whatever you guys have in the area. This is a new little thing that I have here that I just got off of a site called Temu. It's kind of like an Amazon kind of thing. I got it so that it's got toothpicks are really good for glue. I got just regular cotton swabs, and then I have these specialty ones off of Amazon that have the regular end and then a fine tipped end. And then I have these kind of cotton swab and makeup kind of brush things for doing weathering stuff, as well as these are like dental floss sticks with really fine ends on them. I use those for doing little detailed weathering things as well. Got all my weathering pallets down here. And then for like doing body filler stuff, I use this right here. So you can use Bondo or Moto Master, and it's a glazing putty. Works really well. I use this stuff. As you can see in there too, I also have Squadron putty. Use that all the time as well. And then I also got some scissors, paint pens, and behind here I got those Molito chrome pens. I got a small little square here, and then I got a big one up here. And then another thing that's been asked about is what I use to do a lot of my cutting, so I'll bring in some of my cutting tools. This is a very thin, you can just see they're very thin jeweler's saw blade. So I use this to get into like really tight nooks and crannies. It is a very fragile saw, so you have to be careful. I also use a hacksaw as well sometimes for rougher jobs, but I've kind of switched over to this guy. Works pretty good. And then the other thing that I have here is a Dremel. This is a battery operated Dremel tool, Dremel Lite. Once again, hardware stores, Canadian Tires, Lowe's, that kind of thing, you can get it at. This is what I use to cut different styrenes and stuff, and different metals and everything. So this blade here I was just using to cut some plastic, and I snapped it off. Here's a grinding wheel, and then in here I got a whole bunch of other bits, sanding bits, paint bits, that kind of thing. That's basically what I'm using for tools right now. I also use a handful of different brushes and stuff, so you can kind of see them all right here. Little fine tipped brushes and stuff. Nothing too crazy. I also use a bunch of like different other paint markers and stuff. So I got two right here. just red and white ones and stuff for working on fire vehicles and so forth. But that's basically all the hand tools that I use. A lot of it is done with my knife here and the Dremel. Other than that, everything else is pretty easy to do. And especially for those like people that are just starting out in this hobby. You know, I've been doing this hobby almost 15 years now, and you know, accumulating all these tools over time and seeing what other builders have and use as well has helped me out in this hobby. And I'll just show it off here as well. Another one that's been asked here is some paints that I use. So I'm just switching over to the Tamiya color paints, because I did hear a while ago, well, probably over a year ago now, that Testors was going out of business, but you can actually still get Testors paint. So here's another Testors one. And yeah, so like I keep all my paints up here. So as you can see, one side's Testors, one side's the Tamiya paints. Then I got our acrylics and glues and stuff in the back there. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, that's the tools that I use and stuff. And then I have a bunch of different like little bins here. Before I got into like doing a whole bunch of construction stuff and everything, I used to do a lot of fire trucks. So these ones are all full fire trucks, different bodies. More fire truck stuff over here. And then I got all my different parts bins and stuff all along this wall here. Tons of parts over the years that I've gotten. And then, you know, little sneak peek, got a couple projects in there and stuff that are just being finished up. And then all in these drawers here are different parts and stuff that I have that are needed for different builds that I cut and splice different things apart to make different things. This one over here is what I use for all my Skyvac customs orders. And then I just have this new workbench over here, which is just kind of housing all my other junk right now. All my pigments and some other models that I got to work on there. But yeah, so anyways, thanks for checking out this quick little video. I hope showing you off these tools and different things will help. And just kind of show you a little bit of my desk and my build area, just kind of give you guys some ideas. And yeah, so if you have any other questions, just feel free to let me know. Have a good night.